This is the new UGREEN DXP4800 GT. What is different? And what are the top features of this device? This is what we're going to cover, and we will also have a look at the differences compared to the DXP Plus series and the IDX 6011 Pro AI NAS. Let's start with the thing you will notice first. The colors changed. The new GT series has a black design with some warm golden elements. And now it's up to you to decide which colors fit you more. But more than the colors, the hardware changed a lot as well. But let's focus on the design first. In the front, you've got the power button, different LEDs, and an SD card slot, which I actually use a lot because I just pull out the SD card out of my camera, insert it into the NAS, and directly can transfer all the files. And you've got a child lock, so it's always safe. Now we've also got USB-C and USB 3.2. In the back, we've got this well-known magnetic dust mesh filter from UGREEN. You should just remove the paper cover and you can see how it just magnetically sticks to the back. Ports in the back are HDMI, USB 3 times, and the big difference, we've got 2 LAN ports that support 10 gigabit Ethernet. And of course, the power plug input. That's it. So I can see some fingerprints, but they are wiped off very easily. So this NAS has a total storage capacity of up to 144 terabytes. So you can put 4 HDDs with up to 32 gigabytes. And on the bottom, you can additionally insert M2 SSDs, 2 pieces of up to 8 terabyte each. So depending on the RAID system you're going to choose later on, you might get enough storage for all your personal files for your whole life. The most important question for me was, which features do I get when buying this NAS? And it really starts with a file transfer. First of all, you can easily drag and drop files either from your MacBook directly onto your NAS, or you just connect an external hard drive, SSD, SD card, or anything else and transfer the files from these external devices into your internal storage of the NAS. Second of all, you can easily share the files with friends, family, clients, or your team. So I use the NAS to upload my own project files, my raw footage, and with just one click, I can share the files to my team. I can also add users to the NAS, so the team members who constantly should have access to the files can just log in and easily access the files. And then there's the Theater app. If you have your own films, if you have movies, if you have any videos that you just want to show to clients, watch yourself or watch on a TV, this is a great app because it gives you like a Netflix style library of your own movies and films, and you can just play the videos in 4K and stream them to your TV or easily watch them on the phone with the UGREEN app. Another feature I use constantly is the backup feature on my phone. So I installed the UGREEN app and just set up the photo backup, and my whole library of photos and videos that's on the phone is constantly backed up to my NAS. You can choose if it should only work on Wi-Fi connection or even with the mobile data. And it's like your own iCloud storage, just that you don't have to pay for it. Another feature worth mentioning as a whole is the app itself. Either for your MacBook, for your Windows PC, or for the phone, the app has so many features that I just didn't expect from a NAS. So I feel like UGREEN is doing a great job on that as well. UGREEN also gives you an app center with multiple different apps that you can install and use. For example, Docker is an app which will allow you many more different tools and features and connections between devices. Another app which is pretty new is the Surveillance app, and it makes so much sense because on supported security cameras you can just use a specific protocol which connects the security camera to your NAS, and on the NAS itself, either on the UGREEN app or on your laptop, you can watch security footage in real time. So you don't have to insert any like 512 gigabyte memory card to save the footage from the past weeks. No, you will have the footage for the past years from whenever on your NAS. Another tool that just is so convenient is the cloud drive synchronization. So if you currently use Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, whatever, you can just connect it to your NAS and pull all the files from there onto your NAS. So if you upload a file on Google Drive, it will automatically back up onto your NAS without doing anything. One last app I really have to mention is to sync and backup from the UGOS. Because instead of the Cloud Drives app that syncs your cloud drive with your NAS, it syncs, for example, your whole MacBook. So if you choose specific folders on your MacBook that you want constantly to be synced onto your NAS, you can do that. And whenever, for example, you add photos to your MacBook into a specific folder, these photos will automatically be moved or copied to your NAS and back up there. Lately I talked to a friend and something really surprised me. He also uses the UGREEN DXP series, and he told me he edited a whole documentary while the project files and raw video files were on the NAS, and he just connected it via Wi-Fi to his MacBook. And I couldn't believe it because the old NAS systems would never have made this possible. So I had to try this on my own with the GT series, because I already know it works on my Plus series and IDX series. Now, does it work on a GT series, which has an AMD processor with DDR4 RAM? Yes, it does. Usually, if I edited videos, I was like, oh, I need this one clip from 3 years ago right now. And then I had to search through multiple HDDs to finally find that clip. With a NAS, you have just your one folder, you can open it and drag it into your new project file. Of course, this feature is only interesting for creators, but having in mind how much power this NAS with DDR4 RAM of 8 GB has is really something else. Funny enough, the Plus series has a stronger Intel CPU and faster memory, but the GT series trades a little bit of that for something else. For a second 10 gigabit Ethernet port. And that's actually important for faster file access. The other thing that's different is the colors. It's they're completely different, and it's up to you what you like more. The big advantage of having slightly slower memory on the GT series is that this DDR4 RAM is much cheaper than DDR5 during this time. So for the usual use cases, DDR4 worked really well in my tests. And you can save a bit on that, so you have 8 GB, and with the 8 GB of internal RAM, you have a good baseline. But it's expandable, so you get up to 64 GB of RAM, of memory. Overall, for this price, you get a really solid package with all the features that you might need. And on the market currently, there probably is no other NAS system that has the same features and ports for this price point. For me personally, the design also plays a role, because you want to put this NAS somewhere where it actually is seen. And this design makes a really good appearance. If you want to learn more about this, you can find the link down in the description. If you want to see more videos like this, leave a like and subscribe so we see each other in the next one. Happy creating!